What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another a-ha remix. Thank you as always to the a-ha family for continuing through this journey. And this is a remix of Cold as Stone from Memorial Beach, but it's part of the Shapes That Go Together single, if I'm reading that right. Again, thank you to Graham, who provided a bunch of remixes and various folders a while back that I'm only just returning to and going through. But yes, I am curious what this remix will be like. I enjoy the original. It has this, it's a rock feel that once again is quite different from their earliest material, and also has a atmospheric moodiness to it, for lack of a better term or phrase. So yeah, I enjoy the original. The original is quite long. I forget exactly. It's like 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes long. It's a very long tune. So my first thought is wondering whether the remix will go that long, maybe even longer. Maybe it'll be shorter, in which case, you know, it might feel more like a single edit. Or hello. Luca just activated. She was sitting there for so long, and then suddenly she stood up and started making noise. Would you like your chair? She would like her chair. She has come to hear some a-ha with us. So yes, let's give it a listen. This is a remix of Cold as Stone, originally from Memorial Beach, and it's featured on the Shapes That Go Together single. You're funny, Luca, you know that? that's definitely shorter than the album version. I gotta see how long that is, like 4 minutes? Okay, almost 5, but yeah, to the best of my knowledge, that's like half the length of the album version. And I feel like sonically it's very similar. I think it's, by and large, a lot of the same parts. Maybe it's one of those remixes where it's literally just a remixing of the levels or the arrangement. But yeah, I feel like sonically it's pretty much in the same territory. Now maybe there's a crucial detail that I'm not remembering or not comparing. I will say that, like, string synth, it was like, is that a string synth? Is it a brass synth? There was that long melodic stroke very much in the background in multiple sections that really stood out to me on this listen. So maybe that is more or less the same in the album version, but it really hit me here. And of course, the phrases about different colors, like that struck me on this listen. So yeah, I mean, it's a great tune, and this version, given that, if I'm remembering correctly, is like 2, 3, 4 minutes shorter than the album version, it feels like one that is more suited to like a single release, where it's, you know, less of a full journey and more of like a single cut, a cut that could be played on the radio more easily perhaps. But yeah, I mean, it's a great tune. Again, it's like this atmospheric, rustic rock, which, again, all their different flavors over the different albums, more electronic, more poppy, more artistic, or like artsy, for lack of a better word. This one's definitely more on the, like, atmospheric, almost like introspective rock side of their catalog, but one that I think is very well composed. And I like Morton's vocals. Again, there's those vocalizations of like feeling that he does in some different places, and they really convey emotion without words. So yes, once again, big thank you to Morton for all his work, and hoping his, you know, treatment or his management of his situation is continuing as well as possible. In any case, I did want to mention I had a problem with one of my external hard drives, which I keep like the first 2 or 3,000 of my oldest YouTube reactions on, which includes, I think, just about all of the original run of my journey through a-ha's albums. And people will know over on Patreon, I've been posting the original, like, unmuted versions of those 18 reactions that YouTube retrospectively blocked. Well, in one respect, I'm happy to tell you, my computer, like, partially fixed the drive, meaning I can access it again, but it seems like a third or so of all the files on the drive, and I haven't gone through, you know, there's like thousands and thousands of files, and, you know, video files, but also music files on the drive. I've checked maybe like 100, and it seems like maybe a third of those have errors, or they're incomplete, they're like corrupted now, and then 2/3 seem to be just as the way they were. So of the 5 remaining blocked and then muted reactions, you know, because again, like, those 18 reactions got blocked, so then I had to mute the sound audio so at least they could still be on YouTube in some form. There's 5 left to go that I haven't posted on Patreon. 3 of the 5 are still all good, and I've now transferred them to my internet computer, meaning at least those 3 I can put on Patreon. 2 of them seem to have been among the corrupted files, which is to say, did anyone approach you? That one seemingly has a problem now, and the How Can I Sleep With Your Voice in My Head version of The Sun Always Shines on TV. So those 2 maybe are lost forever in their full unmuted form. I'm gonna see if I can, like, repair them, but yes, ultimately, you know, short of like a miracle, those 2 may have to forever be lost to the ether, but the other 3 that are still waiting to happen, or still waiting to be put on Patreon, I have them, they're fully functional, and they will go onto Patreon in the coming weeks. So not ideal, but better than it seemed like a few days ago when my drive, like, had a seizure and I couldn't even access the material. So just a little update for those of you here who do check out my Patreon. In any case, I'll see you in a moment for an a-ha live reaction. Peace.